Hey, what's up YouTube? It's George over from Team Onigas here, and I haven't done a deck profile lately because I've been playing around with a lot of decks lately. I've been trying to find a fun, interesting deck that isn't the meta to try and show you guys that is also good and can stand up to the meta by itself. I've been playing around with Infernities, with Inferni Knight. It's good, but it's not the best. One deck I found that's extremely competitive now and does extremely well is Watts, as you can see from above. So I will give you the deck list right now. I will explain how each card works with the deck, since a lot of people don't know Watts and have never seen Watts before in their life. So, without further ado, here we go. First card in the deck is Wattraf. You use 3 of them. Wattraf has 1200 attack, and it can attack your opponent's life points directly. If it does for the rest of the turn, they cannot activate the effects of their monsters, they cannot activate spell cards, and they cannot activate trap cards. So basically, what this means is you attack with this first, and then you make all your big plays. I really like it. It works well, and especially with the combo I'm going to show you, it's such a crucial amount of damage that you're going to be dealing. Next is 3 Watt Dragonflies. This guy's pretty old as well. He's an Emmer's Blade, basically, except even better, because if he's destroyed by battle or card effect, you will get his effect, and you will get to special summon 1 Watt monster from your deck. It's a really good card. I really like it. Next is the heart and soul of the deck, Watt Hopper. If you guys have ever heard of the Marauding Captain lock, this is essentially the same thing. This locks down your opponent from attacking, but it does more. Also, on top of the traditional Marauding Captain lock, where your opponent cannot attack any of your Watt monsters at all, your opponent cannot target Watt monsters by card effects as well, meaning no BLS, no Deep Prison, no Book of Moon, no targeting. That is so crucial for so many decks. No Scrap Dragon, just no Infinity Doom Dragon, no, whatever else the meta can just randomly throw fucking out there. It's great. It's a lock. It's very easy to set up between the Watt Dragonflies and this next card I'm going to show you. And also there's a lot more combos in the deck to get it out, which you'll see. This is the heart and soul of the deck. Just remember that. This is from Photon Shockwave. This is a new card that I feel like made it very competitive. Watt Cobra. Watt Cobra has 1000 attack, and can attack your life points directly as well. What's different about Watt Cobra is that when he deals battle damage through direct damage, you can search out your deck for 1 Watt monster and add it to your hand. So basically what you do is you set up the Watt Hopper lock, you play Watt Cobra, attack direct, search out for your Watt draft, and then just keep on poking for 22 each turn, and every time you do, you search out another Watt monster. I don't see how this is bad. They have 4 turns to find an answer to the Watt Hopper lock, which I doubt they'll do. On top of that, this deck does have other answers as well. It's not just Watt setup, but Watt setup is such a huge setup in this deck. It's such a great play. Next 2 cards in this deck, obviously if you're a budget player, you're not going to have these. 3 Tour Guide from the Underworld. Obviously, to stand up to the meta, you need tour guides, whether it's to bring back one of the removed monsters and go for a big play, or just to get a quick exceed in for the Leviathan Dragon to get a 25 beat stick out, or in this case, also to get Sangan. Sangan will be able to search out almost every card in this deck. It can search out every Watt monster, which is extremely crucial for this deck. It can even search out Effect Failure. It's too good of a card, and being able to tour guide it in is awesome. And obviously, Sangan, because you have the tour guides. Next, we have 2 effect failures. Basic stops the meta. I feel like it's really good. I feel like every meta deck should be using this format. It's Thunder King Ryo. I use 2 of them in here. He's way too good. Yes, he does clash with the Watt Cobras immensely, but don't forget, they will be getting over this card. They will be stopping this card, and worst comes to worst, they're going to try and synchro over your Watt Hopper lock, and this Thunder King is going to save you, and you know that for a fact. So keep that in mind. Next, When honest, you have a mass amount of lights, including all of your Watt monsters. Your Watt Cobra and your Watt Draft does not have to attack directly, and on top of that, if you do not have the Watt Lock on the field, they are more than willing to attack your attack position Watt Hopper, or your attack position Watt Cobra and your Watt Drafts. Drop an honest on them, they'll never see it coming. I can promise you that right now. Nobody thinks honest when they attack a Watt monster. Next, one Chaos Sorcerer, one BLS. I feel like just one BLS by itself just isn't enough. You also need a Chaos Sorcerer. This is, if they play Dark Hole or something like that, and you don't have much of a recovery for that, which this deck does easily recover from it. But, worst comes to worst, if they do get over it, you drop a Chaos Sorcerer or BLS, and it's a whole new world of problems for them. Next is spell cards. Monster Born, obvious staple. Dark Hole, obvious staple. 1-for-1, Watt Hopper is a level 1 monster, so this helps set up the Watt Hopper lock. It's really good. A lot of people also think Inferno's Reckless Summon. The problem with that is that that can be a huge neg on your end, which you don't want to end up happening. Don't use them. 1 Book of Moon, it's too good. 1 Pot of Avarice. If they do Dark Hole over the Watt Hopper lock, you can Pot of Avarice it back in, get some Watt Dragonflies in there, and start pumping them back out. It's really easy to do. 2 Forbidden Lance. These will protect your Watt Hoppers from stuff like Smashing Ground, Fissure, just general stuff, Dark Hole maybe, if you have a way to bring it back, which you probably will, which I'll show you. Also, it's really good because damage calculation again, and other stuff like that that they won't see coming. 2 Limit Reverse for trap cards, starting it off. Limit Reverse is way too good. Limit Reverse, you can target pretty much every Watt monster in this deck except for the Watt Drafts, which means you can target Watt Cobra, bring him out, attack, and search out for Watt Drafts. So it's basically like having a Watt Draft too. It's amazing. You can target Watt Hopper if you need to. You can target the, like let's say they go to MST Limit Reverse. You can chain Limit Reverse on the Watt Dragonfly. Watt Dragonfly gets destroyed by a card effect, and you can special summon 1 Watt monster from your deck. Same goes with Call the Haunted, except Call the Haunted can also target BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, Thunder Kings, just basic essential cards. It's really good. Again, I've said this in other videos. 2 in every meta deck, I feel like. And I know pros will disagree with me, but I don't care what pros say. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. I feel like this is better than Warning, because Warning right now in this meta is you pay 2,000 life points for them to have a follow-up. Bottomless is a more permanent answer, it's more deadly to most decks, and worst comes to worst, if you're playing a deck that doesn't run a lot of beat sticks, you just side them out. But more than likely, because this is a boss monster format, Bottomless is really big. To replace the warnings, we actually have Watt Cancel, which is from the new set. This can negate a normal or special summon, which negating the normal summon is huge, by discarding 1 Watt monster from your hand. So basically, after a while of doing the Watt Hopper lock, you're going to start searching out just cards, just to search cards, just to have a plus. Watt Cancel, gives a purpose to those dead Watts in hands, which I really like. Mirror Force, it's good, you need it. Compulse, just 1, it's an answer. And then Trapdoor Shoot. So, that's it for the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment below, and go ahead and subscribe. I'll be that way. I'll be posting more deck profile videos somewhere down the line. And if you want to see cool, interesting decks that aren't the meta but can still stand up to the meta, go ahead and subscribe, because that's what I'm dedicated to doing. I refuse to do the meta. I like winning with random decks that no one expects and sees coming, and it works. So, stay tuned. See you guys later.